Eh kasi, ang hirap sa tweet, hindi mo ma-explain yung context mo eh. Ang context ko lang naman doon, when I posted that was, you can see all this well-polished, super glossy Korean products. How can we compete with those? Diba? Pero hindi siya lait. But of course,
so, challenge siya, more of a challenge.
Oh, challenge siya for us. Na parang, if that's the competition worldwide, Koreans, there's the Hollywood, there's all these things. We need to step up, di ba? We need to, and I think that's also what we're trying to prove, with the projects we're working on. Aside from studying and exploring the possibility of doing not just Filipino stories, but Filipino stories merged with other territories, like yung London namin na project, Filipino story that will eventually work with a London scenario, or a Filipino story being worked on in Korea, or a Filipino story that starts out in New York. Alam mo yun, you're finding out ways by which to tell a Filipino story in a much bigger world. Para it allows us to tell bigger stories, di ba? Mas layered, mas iba yung dynamics kasi may foreign component.
Pero I noticed yung parang most of their projects, Korean adaptation. Parang bakit instead of creating original ones, bakit?
We have our original IPs. So this the direction we're looking at. No? How the international streamers think is, it's really hard to come up with original content because it needs good assurance that it can work. But we're lucky that we have something like On the Job that is truly Filipino and is being embraced continuously in HBO to continue as a series, di ba? Parang yun yung mga original IP. The London one is original through and through. And I think it's the most nationalistic, patriotic story we could come up about the Filipino diaspora, the Filipino OFWs. It's an OFW series that's fun, exciting, thrilling, thriller idea, pero medyo light, no? So, those are all original, and we're just lucky. Ang hirap magbenta ng original idea. And for those projects to be green-lighted for further production, ang laking bagay nun sa atin sa Pilipinas. Diba? So, that's one. But of course, other than that, we also want to work with existing IPs that we feel is perfect for a Filipino sensibility. Yung parang angkop sa Pinoy na lasa, di ba? Like itong Call My Agent namin, na French series, adaptation ng French series. Dahil sa kanila, syempre medyo mellow kasi French yung one. Pero nakita talaga namin ni Don, favorite show namin yun, and it's on Netflix. No? This one, we're remaking it in HBO. We pitched it to HBO. Kasi ang showbiz natin, hindi katulad ng French eh. Kwan tayo chaotic, magulo, di ba? Ang mga kwento natin, weird, di ba? Na parang matatawa ka na lang. So, ganun din yung tono ng gagawin namin. We're not copying the French series. We're localizing it. Hindi kami, I think the challenge with adaptations is to never copy it scene per scene. The challenge is find what's interesting in those IPs, in those franchises that you think will be perfect for the territory we're in, which is in this one, the Philippines. And those guys who created that will allow you. Hindi nila hinihingi na eksakto gagawin mo, kundi ano ang meron dito sa amin na nagustuhan nyo at alam nyo na pwedeng maging very Pinoy. Di ba? So, that's what we're doing with Call My Manager. Mas magulo siya, mas maingay, mas riot yung mga kwento, no? And it's all based on that same news na narinig natin all these years. About the showbiz. Oo, about the showbiz. The darker stories, the serious stories, the funny ones, the heartwarming, nakakaiyak na mga kwento ng Pinoy. Di ba? And we're excited kasi parang tagal na namin gusto gumawa ng isang pelikula or series na tungkol sa showbiz natin. Pero almost always, nang wala pa yung mga streamers na yan, anong sinasabi pag gumawa ka ng pelikula tungkol sa pelikula? Ay, walang manonood niya. Kayo-kayo lang yan. Kasi wala namang pakialam yung audience sa inyo. Di ba? But now, we have the chance to tell the showbiz story talaga. And you will see yourselves in there, the press, no? You will see how managers manipulate everything for their talent, di ba? In a very Filipino way, hindi first world na thinking, di ba?
Sino ang gaganap ng yung matandang agent?
Di ba tatlo yung bidang
Hindi
agent?
yung babaeng matanda.
Yung
lagi may asing dala.
Sa amin dito, we converted it into sort of a motherly character.
Kasi very iconic.
Exciting.
Diba? Oo. Maganda yung role, mag-cast ko dyan eh.
Sino yung manager?
Ah!
Sige na, go.
Don, baka patay naman ito. Don,